Last night, I was 3 hours into my shift at Station 47 when the first transmission came through. I should explain, I'm a technician at a radio relay station, perched on Mount Kellen at 9,000 feet. My job is simple. Monitor the equipment, log any anomalies, and make sure the signals keep bouncing from tower to tower across the Western Range. It's lonely work, but the pay is good, and I don't mind the isolation. The station is a concrete bunker built in the 1960s, all Cold War paranoia and brutal functionality. There's the main control room, where I spend my nights, a small kitchen, a bathroom, and a bunk room I never use because sleeping here feels wrong somehow. The only windows are narrow slits near the ceiling, and during winter, the wind screams through the mountain pass like something dying. I started this job 6 months ago. The previous technician, Marcus, left a single note in the logbook. Don't acknowledge the voices. Don't respond. Just do your job. I thought it was a joke, some hazing ritual for the new guy. I don't think that anymore. Last night started normally. I arrived at 10 p.m., did my equipment check, logged in. The banks of receivers hummed their usual monotone symphony. Outside, fresh snow was falling, visible only when it passed through the beam of the station's single floodlight. Everything was routine. Then, at 1:17 a.m., the VHF receiver crackled to life. Station 47. This is Relay 12. Do you copy? I grabbed the mic. Relay 12 was an automated station 40 miles north. It shouldn't be transmitting voice traffic. Relay 12, this is Station 47. You're coming through. What's your status? Silence. Then, how many of you are there? The voice was wrong. Too flat, like someone reading phonetically. Just me tonight. Is your equipment malfunctioning? Just you, the voice repeated. Good. That makes it easier. The transmission cut out. I tried calling back. Nothing. I logged it, checked the relay's telemetry. All normal. Automated station. No personnel, functioning perfectly. I told myself it was radio interference, some trucker with a CB rig on a similar frequency. But my hands were shaking. At 2:30 a.m., I heard footsteps on the roof. The station's flat roof is accessible only by a rusted ladder on the exterior wall. Nobody comes up here in winter. Nobody. The nearest town is a 2-hour drive on clear roads, and tonight the snow was getting heavier. The footsteps were slow, deliberate. Back and forth. Back and forth. I grabbed my flashlight and went to the ladder hatch. It was locked from the inside, just as I'd left it. The footsteps continued. Heavy boots on concrete. Hello. I called up. This is private property. The footsteps stopped. Then they started again, faster now, moving in a circle directly above the control room. I could track the sound across the ceiling. Whatever was up there was running. I returned to my desk and called my supervisor on the satellite phone. No answer. I tried the emergency line. Dead air. The landline, also dead. At 3:15 a.m., the footsteps stopped. I waited. 5 minutes. 10. Then someone knocked on the door. The station has one entrance, a heavy steel door with 3 deadbolts. I'd locked it when I arrived. Through the door's small window, I saw nothing but darkness and snow. Who's there? I shouted. Let me in, said a voice. My voice. It was my exact voice. I'm freezing out here. Please. I backed away from the door. This isn't funny. I know you're scared, my voice said from outside. But I'm you. I'm from tomorrow night. You have to let me in or we both die. My mind was reeling. Prove it. Tell me something only I would know. Silence. Then, your sister's name is Emma. She died when you were 12. You blame yourself because you were supposed to walk her home from school, but you stayed to play basketball instead. She was hit by a car on Maple Street. You've never told anyone the full story. My legs went weak. How can anyone know that? I'm not letting you in. I whispered. Then you're already dead, my voice said. Check the cameras. The station has 4 exterior cameras. I pulled up the feeds. 3 showed only snow and darkness. The 4th, the one pointing at the door, showed nothing. No figure. Nobody there. But the knocking continued. At 4 a.m., all the receivers activated simultaneously. Every frequency, every channel, every band, all broadcasting the same thing. A tone. Low, pulsing rhythmic. Like a heartbeat. The control room filled with the sound, emanating from dozens of speakers. I tried to shut them off. The controls wouldn't respond. I killed the main power. The receiver stayed on, power by nothing. Then voices began layering over the tone. Help me. I can't find the exit. How long have I been here? There are no stars anymore. The mountain is breathing. Hundreds of voices, overlapping, desperate. And underneath them all, something else. A sound that wasn't quite language, too deep to be human. I covered my ears and ran to the bunk room, slamming the door shut. At 5:30 a.m., I heard movement in the control room. Someone was in there. I could hear them walking around, opening drawers, moving equipment. But I'd locked the main door. No one could have gotten in. I pressed my ear to the bunk room door. I know you're in there, said a voice. Not my voice this time. This one was wrong in a different way, like multiple people speaking in unison. We've been waiting for you. What do you want? I managed to ask. The relay station must be maintained. The signals must continue. But every signal needs a carrier, and you're going to carry us. The door handle began to turn. I grabbed the only weapon I could find, a fire extinguisher, and backed into the corner. The door opened. Nobody was there. The control room beyond was empty, but all the equipment was on, monitors displaying waves of static, receivers still pulsing that heartbeat tone. On the main screen, green text was typing itself. Look up. I looked up. The ceiling was gone. Or rather, it had become something else. A vast darkness that seemed to stretch infinitely upward, filled with distant lights that weren't quite stars. They were arranged in patterns, geometric and wrong, and they were watching. Something reached down from that impossible space. I don't remember the next hour clearly. I remember screaming. I remember my nose bleeding. I remember tasting copper and snow. I remember hands that had too many joints pulling at my consciousness like taffy. At 6:45 a.m., I was back at my desk. The sun was rising. The equipment was normal. The ceiling was just a ceiling. My logbook was open, and I'd apparently been making entries all night, neat and professional, noting normal operations. I had no memory of writing any of it. At 7 a.m., my replacement arrived, a woman named Sarah who works the day shift. She knocked on the door, normally, like a human, and I let her in. You look terrible, she said. Rough night. I wanted to tell her everything. But when I opened my mouth, different words came out. No, everything was fine. Quiet shift. She accepted this and began her own checks. I gathered my things to leave. As I reached the door, she called out, Oh, Marcus left something for you. Found it in the desk. She handed me a folded piece of paper. The note I'd seen 6 months ago, but there was more written on the back. If you're reading this, you stayed. That means you're one of us now. The station requires operators, and operators require the station. You'll understand in time. Don't fight it. Don't tell anyone. Just do your job. And remember, the mountain is always listening. I drove down the access road in my truck, hands gripping the wheel so hard my knuckles were white. I'd quit. I'd call from town and never come back. But last night, at 9:45 p.m., I found myself getting ready for my shift. I didn't remember deciding to go. I didn't remember getting in my truck. I'm at station 47 now. It's 1:15 a.m. I'm writing this down because I need someone to know. The VHF receiver just crackled to life. Station 47, this is Relay 12. Do you copy? My hand is reaching for the mic. I can't stop it. How many of you are there? I can feel something else moving my mouth, speaking with my voice. Just me. Just like always. The thing wearing me smiles. Outside, I can hear footsteps on the roof. Yendi, runtime, approximately 60 minutes at normal narration pace.